back to Joy Tutorials. Today I would like to deliver information about BEd first year first semester Nature of Science. Previous videos I given few of important questions. Now I am giving remaining questions. Here, explain in detail structure of science. Differentiate between concepts and facts. This question came in 2018. Nature of science not only includes concepts but also methodologies which are used to determine these concepts. Nature of science now includes not only concept, it also includes methodologies which also determine into these concepts. Here, famous scientists, here Phoenix, Schwab, introduced structure of science. Phoenix and Schwab introduced structure of science, which can be compared to the framework of a building in construction. They are compared to framework of a building in construction. These Phoenix and Schwab, they introduced structure of science. According to structure of science, divided into two types. Here, first one is substantive structure and second one is syntactic structure. Substantive structure, syntactic structure. Substantive structure. Here you can remember one of the formula that it will be very useful. You will write all the points, side headings. You will cover side headings, means you will get half of the marks. That's why I am giving some formulas that it will be very helpful. You can easily remember. FCH, TP, LIID. FCH, TP, LIID. This is the formula. FCH, TP, LIID. Substantive structure. FCH, TP, LIID. It represents the major conceptual schemes which constitutes the basic knowledge used in science. Substantive structure represents major conceptual schemes which constitutes basic knowledge that will be used in science. Substantive structure here interrelated with the connections of ideas. These are all nothing but collection of ideas. It consists collection of ideas. Substantive structure, you can remember I told na, FCHTP LIID. FCHTP LIID. F for fact, C for concept, hypothesis, theory, principle, law, inference, inductive, deductive. FCHTP LIID. First one, fact. What is there in fact? We can see here fact, side heading. First one, fact is nothing but actual event. It is a statement. Actual event. Facts, for example, sun rises in the east, photosynthesis, plants they can prepare food, green color plants they can prepare food, metals have solids have definite shape and structure. So many facts are there na? These are statements or actual events. Facts are events. Actual events are statements. Fact is defined as something that is known to exist or happen. Something that is known, exist or happen, which supported through some source. This is nothing but fact. Example I told na, green plants prepare food, sun rises in the east, fish lives in water, solids have definite shape. According to Henry Poincare, he told one of the statement. According to Henry Poincare, science is built of facts. A house is built of stones. Science is nothing but built of facts. House is built of stones. Okay, we have to construct any building. We require some stones. These are all things are required. Na? Like that here, science is constructed knowledge. Okay, it is a cumulative knowledge. So facts builds this science. Here facts gives rise to concepts. Concepts to we will get some principles. Then we have to form based on our ideology. We have to form a hypothesis, etc. Na? Like that. These facts, concepts, principles. Next one, concepts. Concepts are generalized ideas. A concept may be termed as idea underlying a class of things. Underlying a class of things. Concepts are generalized ideas. For example, in the presence of sunlight, plants they can prepare their own food. Which plants they can prepare their own food? Green color plants prepare their own food. Why green color plants only can prepare food? Green color plants contain chlorophyll. In the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, plants, green color plants, they can prepare their own food. Why? Because plants are autotrophs. This is concept. Next one, hypothesis. How we will form hypothesis? Based on our ideology, we can form hypothesis. Hypothesis is a tentative assumption drawn from the knowledge. It is a tentative assumption drawn from knowledge. It is a temporary solution for a particular problem. For example, we are having so many ideas based on situations. We have using some the problem solving skills na, like that. That is a temporary solution for a particular problem. For example, we are constructing any project or we are doing any experiment. We are forming so many hypotheses. Based on our ideology, we will follow that hypothesis. If that hypothesis results came wrong, again we will form new hypothesis. Again we have to conducting experiment from starting onwards. This is tentative assumption. Here we can remember easily one of the formula hypothesis NDPQ. NDPQ. Hypothesis is nothing but tentative assumption. Okay na? Here you can remember NDPQ. Hypothesis NDPQ. First of all, we can see what are the tentative assumptions. Tentative assumptions is nothing but whatever our ideology, based on our ideology we are forming hypothesis na. Sometimes our hypothesis will be correct. It means so many people will accept it, like scientists will be accepted. That means it is a correct hypothesis. If it not accepted means it is rejected. That are the tentative assumptions. Here types of hypothesis. I told formula na, hypothesis NDPQ. Here null hypothesis and N for null hypothesis, D for declarative hypothesis, P for predictive hypothesis, and a PQ. Q for question hypothesis. Null hypothesis. This means there is no relation between objects or concepts. There is no relation. Here null hypothesis preferred most of the experienced research personnel. This null hypothesis. For example, there is no here one of the example is there null hypothesis. There exists no significant difference between boys and girls in their attitude towards physics. This is one of the example. Next one, declarative hypothesis. Declarative means here declared, directly declared the relationship between two objects. Directly declared relationship between two objects. That is the declarative hypothesis. Here one of the example you can see na. There will be significant relation between, there will be significant difference between government schools and private schools. This is declarative. Here we are seeing so many instructional standards differences we are seeing now. This is declarative hypothesis. Next one, predictive hypothesis. Here may or may not. Here may or may not. Related with one or two objects. May or may not related with one or two objects. That is the predictive hypothesis. This form is useful in action research. Example, inquiry approach is best suitable. Inquiry approach is best suitable to teach a unit of heat. Okay, inquiry approach is best suitable to teach a unit of heat. That is one of the example. Predictive hypothesis. Okay, next one, question hypothesis. Question hypothesis, it means nothing but to pose a question. Pose a question to find out the relationship between two objects. So we have to pose a question. That's why this is a question hypothesis. Null hypothesis is nothing but there is no relation between concepts or objects. Next one, declarative hypothesis means directly declare the relationship between objects. Declarative. Next one, predictive hypothesis means may or may not have chances. Here predictive. Next one, question hypothesis means to pose a question to find out the answer. That is question hypothesis. Next one, theory. Theory is nothing but a set of interrelated concepts. Okay, and definitions. A theory concepts is nothing but some group of facts forms to concepts na. Like that here concepts and definitions. It presents a systematic view specifying relations among variables with purpose of explaining and predicting phenomena. This is theory. Theory is a set of interrelated concepts and definitions. Interrelated concepts and definitions. How it will be from concepts? Some group of facts makes to concepts. Facts gives rise to makes concepts. For example, here theory of organic evolution. Theory of organic evolution, cell theory, Ptolemy geocentric theory. These are the examples. Cell theory, Ptolemy geocentric theory, organic evolution. These are examples of theories. Okay. Theories set up interrelated concepts and definitions. Examples: cell theory, Ptolemy geocentric theory, etc. Next one, principles. Here principles states some kind of relationships between two or more concepts. Some kind of relationship between two or more concepts, objects or events. Another example, Archimedes principles. Archimedes principles. Here examples: metals expands on heating, liquids evaporate on heating, Archimedes principles, etc. It is a statement of relationship. Principles is nothing but statements of relationship. Law is a, here next one, law. Law is a description of regularly occurring phenomena. It is a description of regularly occurring phenomena. Law. Examples of Mendel's law, Boyle's law, etc. These laws help us to not only understand the nature, they also explores. This helps to explore it. These laws. Next one, inductive, deductive, inference. First of all, we will see inference. Inference. It is nothing but an approach. It is nothing but an approach. First one, we will see inductive approach, deductive approach. Inference is nothing but an approach. Inductive approach, deductive approach. Inductive approach. Inductive means known to unknown. First of all, we are explaining any lesson. First of all, we are asking, we are probing some questions. We are checking previous knowledge. Previous knowledge too, we are bring out our concept na, mind mapping, like that we are asking some questions na. Here known to unknown, what they know, what the information they know. So we are asking some questions, we are probing some questions. We are known concept too, we will take bring the children into unknown. That is inductive, known to unknown phenomena. It is a simple to complex. Simple to complex, known information to, we are bring out that children into, we are reproduce knowledge, and we will that students they will get so much cognitive knowledge na. They will construct knowledge. So here simple to complex, known to unknown, simple to complex. Next one, example to principle. So what are the examples are there, that too we can bring out principles. Next one, concrete to abstract. It is a simple to complex. Next one, known to unknown, example to principle. Next one, concrete to abstract. This is the inductive approach. Next one, deductive approach. This is totally reversible to the inductive approach. There here simple to complex na, here complex to simple. There inductive approach, example to principle na, there here principle to example, like that, totally reversible to the inductive approach. This deductive approach, inductive approach, deductive approach, both are reversible. Next one, syntactic structure, substantive structure over na, substantive structure, FCHTP LIID, FCHTP LIID over na, fact, concept, principle, law, I, inference. Next one, LI, inductive, deductive over na. Next one, syntactic structure. It is concerned with the process of scientific inquiry. It is concerned with the process of scientific inquiry. It is a process of science and attitude of inquiry. Process of science and attitude of inquiry. Scientific inquiry. It is a systematic and investigative activity. Scientific inquiry is a systematic and investigative activity with the purpose of discovering and describing new phenomena, discovering a relationship with the objects. Here, inquiry can be defined as being curious, inquisitive, asking questions, or trying to find out oneself. This is scientific inquiry. Scientific inquiry is nothing but a systematic scientific approach activity. They will find out answers in oneself. Here they are following in a systematic manner. They are using scientific process. This is a systematic process. They are using scientific skills. Process of science. Here you can remember CQMUP. CQMUP. Scientific process, you can remember CQMUP. This is one of the formula. It will be very helpful. You can remember easily CQMUP. C for classifying, quantifying, measuring, classifying, quantifying, measuring. CQM, using space, predicting. Using space, predicting. First, classifying. Second one, quantifying, measuring, using time space relationships, predicting. Classifying, first of all, being simple classification of various physical and biological systems. Next one, quantifying. The sequence begins with identifying sets of numbers. The sequence begins with identifying sets and numbers. That is quantifying. Next one, measuring. Here, sequence in this process proceeds with the demonstration of rules, measurements. That is measuring. Classifying, classification, quantifying numbers and sets, quantifying. Next one, measuring, demonstration of rules and measurement. Next, using time and space relationship. Using time and space relationship. The sequence begins with the identification of shapes, directions, movements. The sequence begins with identification of shapes, movements, directions. Next one, last one, predicting. Here, predicting, it is a process. The development of this process involves exploration and interpolation of data. Exploration and interpolation of data to the formulation of methods for testing predictions. Formulation of methods for testing predictions. This is a process involves extrapolation, interpolation to the formation of methods for testing predictions. This is predictions. Next one, attitudes of inquiry. Attitudes of inquiry. Scientists, for example, scientists have skeptic behavior. That means doubtful. What are the attitudes? Skepticism. Skepticism is nothing but doubtful. They are find out answers. They have doubtful. They are thoroughly checking that whatever new observations, new phenomena, whatever is there, they will retest again a group of people or more number of people or individual people, whatever it may be. Whatever they are reported, even noble laureates, whatever it may be, they will be rechecked again. Skepticism. First one is the skepticism. Attitudes of inquiry, skepticism. Next one, faith in possibility of solving problem. We have a faith, then we will solve the problem. Okay, faith in possibility of solving problem. Next one, desire for experimental verification. Desires are very, very important. Desire for experimental verification. Next one, precision. Next one, willingness to change opinions. Loyalty to truth. An objective attitude. Suspended judgment. Awareness of assumptions. These are all different attitudes of inquiry. Attitudes of inquiry. Last, you can write differences between facts and concepts. Okay, then this answer will be concluded. If it what are the differences between facts and concepts also, you will write easily. If you know this information is then it will be very sufficient. Fact, concepts. Okay, here fact you can remember easily. Here SIM BDV, SIM BDV, then you will easily write fact, SIM BDV, SIM BDV. S for something known to be true. Facts are something known to be true. S for something known to be true. Like that you will remember, then you will write easily in examination. SIM BDV. S for something known to be true. Facts are something known to be true. Concepts you can remember easily. Go APDM. Go APDM. Next one, first G for concept is a generalized idea. Concept is a go na. G for generalized idea. Generalized idea. Facts initiate theory. Facts initiates theory. Next one here, concepts. It will be operationally defined. Operationally, concepts are operationally defined. Facts are modified existing theories. Facts are modified existing theories. Concepts are acquired through experience. Facts are basis for knowledge. Concepts, these provide a framework for understanding. Provide framework for understanding. Science depends on correct observation. This is facts. Facts, science depends upon correct observation. Concepts development through activity. Concepts development through activity. Facts are verifiable information. These are major elements in laws and theory. This is all about information. Down link also I am giving, notes link also I am giving. If you want more updates, you can like, share, subscribe to my channel. Thank you friends. Bye.